Hello viewer, and welcome to part 3 of What If Each Series Had Its Own Adventure. For parts 1 and 2, I explained how I felt Smash could best represent each character's series in a unique adventure mode for the series that appeared in 64, Melee, and Brawl. Also, I gave context for how I felt each character should be unlocked. Now, we'll be talking about the new series introduced in Smash Wii U and 3DS. Admittedly, I don't know as much about these series as I did the previous entrants, but from what I've gathered, I was still able to come up with something. Hope you enjoy. Animal Crossing series, Town, City, Island. Here, the player shall traverse around the island's town and city and beach, which is full of different kinds of villagers and animals, to collect bugs, fossils, flowers, and gems, etc. When a good sum is collected, the player can get enough monies and afford to travel to the tall island where Mayor Tom Nook will congratulate you if you've collected more than enough valuables to pay off your loan. Yeah, probably not. If not, you get sent back and must collect more or enough in order to move on to the next series world.
Villager
Can be encountered in the town area of this level, while
Isabel
can be found in the village area of this level, right outside the town hall building. Admittedly, I know very little on the Animal Crossing series and how it works, so if someone here has a much better idea than I do of how this can work, please let me know. The Mega Man series. Wily Castle. In this series, the players will platform their way towards Wily's castle. This level has a lot of the tricks like collapsing platforms, traps like spikes, and enemies that Mega Man is known for. Mega Man is fought at the end of the level before entering the castle. Once inside Wily Castle, the player must make their way through the difficult platforming sections in order to make it to the end in a boss fight against the Yellow Devil and the Dr. Wily Assist Trophy capsule. Defeat both of them to claim victory and move onward to the next series. The Wii Fit series, Wii Fit Studio.
Watch the flow of my movements as I demonstrate.
In this area, the players attempt to match the stances on the mirror screen by imitating the button commands that appear. For example, right tilt plus A, down tilt plus B, slow walk forward, etc. Imitate enough stances correctly, and one of the Wii Fit trainer alternates, meaning colored costumes, will show up to battle. Defeat the alternate trainer and rinse and repeat this 6 times until all 6 alternate Wii Fit trainers are defeated, then face off against the main Wii Fit trainer female in a battle. Wii Fit trainer male is fought last, and only if the player successfully does enough stances, probably 50 in total. I believe it should start out easy to imitate the stances, but as you progress, the stances get faster and there's less time to react. Essentially, it's like completing the microgames on the WarioWare stage, except in a more fitness fashion. The Punch-Out series, boxing ring, fight multiple, probably a total of 10 or so, HP battles, stamina battles, against the many different Little Macs in the boxing arena stage. Each round is best of 3, and each Little Mac alt has different stats to go up against. The player will battle against Wireframe Mac, regular alternate outfit Mac, that was a mouthful, and against hoodie wearing Mac. If the player or opponent leaves or gets knocked outside the boxing ring arena, then they will automatically lose that round. I think this is good so that it actually feels more like a boxing fight for what can be in Smash, that is. The final battle will be against Giga Mac, who's much more beefy and tough to take down, but has a weak point to him. Little Mac unlocked if the player wins every round without having to restart. Box the Me series, Fighting Me Team. Fight against a horde of 30 or so Me fighters on the battlefield stage. If the player repeats this mission after successfully completing it, they can then face off specifically against 30 Mii Brawler characters.
Mii Brawler.
Mii Brawler can be fought after successfully defeating all 30 Brawler Mii fighters. If repeating this mission a second time, the option to fight against 30 Sword Fighter Miis is unlocked.
Mii Sword Fighter.
Mii Sword Fighter can be unlocked after successfully defeating all 30 Sword Fighter Miis. And upon completion a third time, the player has the option to face off against 30 Gunner Miis.
Mii Gunner.
Mii Gunner would then be unlocked if the player is able to defeat all 30 Gunner Mii fighters. I was debating on whether it should be just the Mii fighters that the player faces, or if perhaps the player can face off against Brawler, Sword Fighter, and Gunner characters in the actual roster. Ultimately, I chose to stick with just the Miis since it is supposed to be the Fighting Mii team after all. But let me know what you think of this if you agree or not. PacMan series, the Pac Maze. Go through the maze-like Pac-Man level, just like the stage on the 3DS. Go through this level, dodging ghosts that can't be eaten or bypassed until the player or players collect enough pellets, which again is probably 100, to eat the ghosts that are roaming around as well as the ghosts that are blocking the pathways to move on. The invincibility from the power pellets is a time thing though, so be sure to use that power wisely. Otherwise, you'll have to repeat the process over again.
PacMan.
PacMan can be found in a secret area of the maze that is blocked off by 2 or more ghosts, and this will require some backtracking to get past, though it is optional to unlock him. The Xenoblade Chronicles series, Guar Plains. Yes, another platforming segment, though this one is probably more upwards since the player's goal here is to make it to the top. As you're platforming, the day will be going by, so when you make it to the top, it'll already be nighttime, which I think sounds really cool. And once you reach the top, there's a special boss fight against Metalface, who probably has a lot more HP than he normally does. Also, he is difficult to kill because of how much platforms he destroys here. Nevertheless, once he's defeated, the player can move on and progress to the next series. Shulk can be fought at the bottom half of the level towards the base of the hills. The Duck Hunt series, Duck Hunt. Literally. Knock down all the flying ducks in this level, or at least enough to succeed and make it through. This is a lot quicker than most other series levels since it is just the stage the players will be playing on. If the player manages to get every single duck without missing, then they will be challenged by
Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt, or Duck Hunt Dog, or Duck Hunt Duo. The Street Fighter series, Suzaku Castle. Here, the player or players will go through a platforming segment to reach the top of Suzaku Castle, where the players will face off against Evil Ryu, who has 500 stamina HP, compared to the player's much lower 150 or so. Ryu is fought if the player, or at least one of them, still has over 100 stamina once Evil Ryu is defeated. Ken is only fought if the player goes back and defeats Evil Ryu with regular Ryu, perhaps also with 100 or more stamina. The Final Fantasy series, Midgar. So, quick note, I know very little, next to nothing, about the Final Fantasy series, so what I came up with here probably isn't ideal for most fans, but it's the best I could think of with what's already represented in Smash. Hope you enjoy. Final Fantasy series, Midgar. Here the player or players must simply collect all 6 summons on the Midgar stage to successfully win. If the player is able to get all 6 the first time around that they appear, then Cloud-kun! Cloud can be fought and obtained here. The Bayonetta series, the Umbra Clock Tower. Survive a timed battle on the descending clock tower against the Umbra Witch, Bayonetta, and her ally, Rodon. Also dodge the attacks from the background hazards that show up, and counterattack them by summoning helpful assist trophies that will take them out. Bayonetta is fought if the player defeats all the enemies that spawn here, including the stage elements. Thank you for watching the whole video through, assuming you did since this is the end card. Please let me know what you thought of these ideas in the comments, and if you have any better ideas than mine, then please post something down below. I try and read all my comments, so any feedback you can give me may just be appreciated. Once again, 我很简单，你重看简着，你们再见了。Adios.